Welcome back to Business 101. Today we're going to look at return on equity. So please follow the example.
To understand return on equity, we have to, of course, first look at the equation for return on equity. Now, the most common equation for return on equity, I think you should know that's net profits divided by equity multiplied by 100. But I'll show you another equation, and with this equation and the example, I hope you understand why return on equity is so important. With the other formula, we need gearing. Gearing is debt to equity ratio. So that means that debt divided by equity. We also need return on investment. We've already seen that in other videos, that is net profit divided by total investment multiplied by 100. We also need the interest margin, which is equal to return on investment minus the interest rate on the debt in the company. That gives us the equation or the alternative equation for return on equity, which will be return on investment plus the interest margin multiplied by the gearing. Now let's look at an example where we'll use this formula for return on equity. Now, first of all, we need a bank. And luckily there are banks in most parts of the world. And here's a guy, he goes to the bank and he borrows some money. And then he goes and invests it all, and here we'll just use Google or Alphabet. Invests them all there. Now, the interest rate in the bank is 2%. That's nice, it's relatively low. He brought 20,000, and that's why the bank allowed him to borrow 80,000. Now, the return on investment in Alphabet is 15%. So what does that mean for the return on equity for this man? The return on investment is 15% plus the interest margin, which is equal to 15% minus 2% multiplied by the gearing, which is 80,000 divided by 20,000. Overall, the return on equity is equal to 15% plus 13% multiplied by 4. This is 65%. This is of course because on the money he borrows in the bank, he makes 13% because he only pays 2% in the bank, but he gets 15% in return. And this is why we can get such a huge return on equity. Of course, gearing also means you're taking a higher risk. But if you can find an investment with relatively low risk and then gear it, then you'll be able to make these astonishing returns on equity.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the example, and I hope you can use this knowledge to make your money work for you. Thank you very much. Bye.